Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome back. And if today is your first time here at the channel, a welcome. I am so excited that you're here. And if any time during this video you find like you're having a good time and it's a place that you want to return, please hit that subscribe button. We would love to have you back. So today I thought we could just sit, chit chat. I can catch you guys up to speed. What's been going on with my life? So some life updates. And I thought we could just sit back and play with some makeup. I'm just going to be applying some stuff that I got in my BoxyCharm. Some of the stuff is that. I have some old favorites. I have some stuff that I haven't brought out in a very long time, if at all, on the channel. So basically, yeah, it's just to sit down and chat and catch up. So if that sounds like something you might enjoy, please stick around because we're about to get into all that right now. So today I thought I would dress up for the channel. I haven't done that in a very long time. I just been living in sweatshirts and I threw my hair back and looked in the monitor and I could not help but, look at myself and go, why do I look like Norman Bates' mother? I swear that is the image that went through my head. I think it's the lace shirt. I think it's the way my hair looks right here. Yeah, I am so sorry because now that's going to be the image that you have for the rest of this video. But yeah, that's what I kind of look like as Norman Bates' mother. But anyway, speaking of mothers, I thought I would catch you guys up what's been going on with mine. Today is actually her 77th birthday. So yes, happy birthday, Kathy. If you guys would wish her a happy birthday, I would really appreciate it in the comments. So yeah, Mom, I love you so much. And yes, happy birthday. So anyway, it's her birthday today. We're not going to do much because we have about 3 or 4 inches outside. It is ridiculous. We woke up to like a blizzard, so we're not going out in that weather. But tomorrow we're going to take her to a very nice restaurant, so I'm super excited about that. But I thought I would catch you guys up, why I've been absent, what's been going on. So about 2 or 3 weeks back, we went to the doctors and they were going over her report. She had had her blood taken, all that good stuff. And when they got to the kidney function, the doctor seemed really concerned because it's called like a GFR. The numbers are usually around 80. Hers were at a 40, and that was pretty scary. They seemed very concerned. So she said, you know what, I want to do another blood test. So they did that right at the office. They drew the blood that day. The next day, the office called me, which I was a little surprised at work. I know my mom signed a waiver and everything, but I was, a little surprised that they did call me. But my mother is hard of hearing, so maybe that's the reason. But so am I. We both wear hearing aids, but I do think mine is a little better. But anyway, the numbers had dropped at that point to 20. So, you're talking half in just a couple weeks. So that was very scary. Usually, if you need dialysis or a kidney transplant, the number is 15 and below. So she was really close to that. And she proceeded to tell me that, she would refuse a dialysis. So, and I know she was serious about that because my mother's very stubborn. Once she has her head stuck on something, that's just going to be it. And that really just depressed me because I knew she would refuse that kind of treatment. And that's the only thing that would really help in that situation. So anyway, that happened. So that's why I wasn't filming. I was constantly taking her to the doctors. I just wasn't in a good frame of mind. So that's why I kind of was absent. So anyway, fast forward, they did another blood test, and since then her numbers went back up. So the kidney specialist, what she thinks has happened is my mother has severe back pain. She's in pain all the time. So she takes a lot of ibuprofen and medicine that has that in there. So that is the culprit, we think, of why her numbers dropped significantly was because of the ibuprofen. And also they're thinking possibly her high blood pressure pills. So I think it's just a combination of all the meds that she's on. So they're going to be doing a lot of adjustments. So, but anyway, her numbers are back up. They're in the 40s. So yeah, it's just really bizarre, but they're really going to keep an eye on her kidney function. And we do have an ultrasound scheduled next Friday. So again, I'll keep you, posted. But as of right now, everything is looking so much better. So yes, it's a huge weight off my shoulders and hers. We both were very stressed and it's just very scary times. But yeah, things are so much better. So that's what's been going on with me and why, I just haven't been around. I just was not in the best frame of mind. But yeah, so today let's get into the makeup, and I do want to talk about a few more things. Most of it's just kind of gossip, and like I mentioned, I do have a new. It's actually a channel here that I discovered that I do want to tell you guys about because it's amazing, and I think you would be really interested in it. Okay, so let's get into this makeup. So the makeup I chose to use today is just stuff in my drawers, stuff I haven't used in a very long time that I kind of want to revisit, stuff that I got in my boxes. So nothing new really, except I do have a couple new little testers here that I got from Ulta the other day. This one here is just their eye primer. It's tinted, so let's give this a try. So the first thing I do want to mention is this new channel that I found here on YouTube. You know, when I was not filming and stuff, I just was kind of snooping around. Now, you guys have probably heard of her. You know, she has a lot of followers. Whoa, this is super thick. Oh my goodness. And it's an odd a tint. Look, something already in my hair already. It almost looks like a grayish a tint. Okay, that's pretty interesting. Oh well, let's see what happens here. But yeah, she does have a lot of followers. So like I mentioned, you guys probably already know of her, but her name is, I believe it's Danielle Kinsley. Oh no. You know, I'm looking at this. Is there like a shimmer in here? Why do they do that? Yes, this is very similar to the Sigma one. Oh my gosh. Do you see? Oh my word. Oh well, we're going to have to go with it because I didn't bring down another primer. Anyway, her name is Danielle Kinsley. So what she does is apply makeup, and she is really good at applying makeup. But as she's doing that, she's talking about true crimes, stories that really happened. It's very similar to Bailey Syrian, so it's very similar to her channel, but different. And she has like an English accent. I can listen to that all day. I don't know what it is about their accent, but I just really, I'm fascinated by that accent. So yes, I just find her so good, entertaining. She catches my attention. She keeps me, my attention the whole video. I watch all of her videos. Some of them are like an hour and a half, but I watch the entire thing because the stories that she chooses are just unbelievable. Like this last one I listened to was just, oh my gosh, I could not even believe it. I'll tell you about it in a minute here, but the palette I'm going to use today, I got this in one of my BoxyCharms or Ipsy. I believe it was in, I can't remember if it was the BoxyCharm or the Icon box, but it's by Dominique Cosmetics, and it's such a beautiful palette. I mean, this is pretty hefty. Yeah, as you can see here, this is kind of like a glass over that, or plastic, clear plastic, but it's really nice. It has a, really large mirror here, and this is the palette itself. So it's just a basic neutral palette, but I tried, the formula is really nice in this. Hopefully, I don't know, I feel like my lighting is off a little bit. So if you see me doing that, and I can see I'm a little crooked here, you can see like my little background. I'm a hot mess as usual. So let me do some adjustments here. Okay, so what I think I'm going to start with is, I don't know what shade I want to start with here. Let's start with this one here. But yeah, like I was mentioning, she just talked about this one case. Oh my gosh, how this woman survived is just unbelievable. I mean, I will place, her channel somewhere around here, and the video that I'm talking about. I'll put that in the description box along with everything that I'm using here today. But yes, that story was insane. So this woman got, I don't know, like this guy jumped in her car, and then he picked up his friend. I'm just going to do a short version of this because I cannot tell a story like she does. But yeah, so he jumped in her car. So basically, I don't know, hijacked her car while she's in it. And he picked up his friend along the way, and then they took her to a very secluded area. I mean, she said it was just pitch black, and they proceeded to, do awful things to her. And then oh my gosh, the one guy stabbed her. I think it was like 30 something times. It was, just ridiculous, in her stomach. He, took, the weapon here so bad that she had to, when, they finally left, all that good stuff. I told you, I'm not a very good storyteller when it comes to that. because I don't want to give you too much. I'm not going to give you too much. I'm not going to tell you anymore. But anyway, it was insane how this woman survived. Yeah, that is just pure will to live. Angels, I mean, you name it. Everything was on her side. It was just the most amazing story I have ever heard. But anyway, she tells, the story beautifully, very detailed. I swear you feel like you're in that moment. Yeah, she's just good at what she does. And it's clear why she has almost, a million subscribers, because she is really good and really good at makeup. Yeah, I'm just kind of slapping stuff on here. I'm not really paying attention what I'm doing. So yeah, I did want to tell you guys about that channel. If you're looking into something, just a little different, it's definitely something to watch, because yeah, I am so addicted to it. Watch an episode pretty much every night. So yeah, I just love my YouTube. I just find it more entertaining than stuff on the TV anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to go into, I believe, this shade here. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to do anything fancy here. I just basically wanted to sit back and just chat with you. Like I said, just catch you up on, some life updates. And okay, so the next thing I do want to talk about is a Kate Middleton. What a bizarre a turn of events is that? I mean, it is just really bizarre. And, I know there's a lot of conspiracy theories out there and all that, and you got to be very careful of what you really pay attention to, the sources, all that. I get that. But there are a lot of just crazy things. Really quick, okay, I do not like that primer whatsoever. I just don't like what it does to the eyeshadow. It looks like all of my eyeshadows are shimmery, and this one is even more shimmery than that other one, the Sigma one. Yeah, this is really bad. It's like I took a glitter, not glitter, but yeah, just shimmer all over, and there's no way to hide it. It's just really, yeah. Oh well, it is what it is today. But anyway, that's what's going on there. I think the only way to go now is I'm gonna have to go into this, and this almost has a shimmer too. Oh boy, this eye look is not going to be that pretty. Anyway, I get being private. I get that. I truly, truly do. I do respect her privacy, but it's just bizarre, and I'll tell you why. After she had her babies, all three of them, she's out there in her stilettos looking like a model. The day after, a couple days after the birth. So I just find it really interesting that she hasn't made a statement. The pictures that they put out were, now we find out that they weren't even really real, or they had that AI, so we really don't even know if they were real. That sighting recently at the market, I honestly don't believe that's her, and I'll tell you why I don't. And honestly, I'm sure you've heard all the reasons why, but they make sense. Okay, I am interrupting myself. Clearly, there has been a change of events with Princess Kate. While I was filming, she came on the news and announced that she does have cancer. I hope I did not come off insensitive in any way. What I'm just stating was, I think whoever does her PR or whoever was orchestrating those pictures, I still stand by. I don't think that was her walking through that market, especially now. I think whoever did that, it just was in poor taste. I think it really, stirred an uproar in social media. I think people didn't know what to think. It creates drama. I think if they just would have came on and just stated, please, we need our privacy. Princess Kate is not doing well, or not even came on at all. I don't think anybody would have even, thought 2 seconds about it. My dog is crying. That's a little loosey, but yeah, I just wanted to come on here and apologize if I did come off insensitive in any way. I was just trying to talk about things that are happening, in the community, over on TikTok, Instagram, and here. So, yeah, again, I'm going to go back to, I'm going to keep this in the video because, yeah, there's still things I do stand by. And, that is the problem with this, AI or whatever they call it. It creates an uproar. It creates chaos. It creates drama. So, yeah, they need to get rid of that. And yeah, people need to stop doing that to photos because it's going to really play a part in believing a future event. So yeah, I'll go back to the video, and again, my apologies. First of all, the height and the weight. I get, she probably would lose some weight after surgery, especially abdominal surgery. She is carrying pretty, heavy bags. She's walking very quickly. I've had two surgeries for Crohn's, and it was a bowel reduction, and I was in a lot of pain for a very long time. Even after 8 weeks, I still was walking relatively slow. So that doesn't make sense. That just kind of blows my mind. And then the other thing that really stood out to me is she always walks like, I don't know, maybe a step or two behind Prince William. So that doesn't make sense. And and she was just taken off. She was like 5 steps ahead of him. So that's the only reason why I don't think it looked, or was her. And it really didn't look like her, It was really grainy, but I really just don't think it is her. So this is where you run into a problem with, all of that, is because now we have lost all of faith in, what they put out. They have lost all credibility. So I don't understand what is going on. And, just be, honest. Just say she is not ready. She doesn't want to talk to anybody. She is not feeling good, whatever, instead of putting out all this craziness, almost like insulting her intelligence about this. So, I mean, like I said, it's none of our business. I get that, but it almost becomes your business. I mean, when you're in that kind of position, they are, royalty, for goodness sake. It would be like our president going, on some hiatus and nobody's informing us and putting out just weird pictures that's not even him. The other rumor that I heard, that the surgery that she had was actually a surgery that requires now her to be in a colostomy bag, which I understand. That would make a lot of sense as to why she would not want to be in the public eye at this point. I think she would be an excellent spokesperson for that, to say, hey, listen, your life doesn't change. Things, I mean, it does change, but it doesn't. You're still the same person. There's ways, to conceal it. I see people that have it all the time. I looked really into it when I thought it was going to happen to me at my last surgery. I just looked into, okay, can you wear the outfits that you used to? And yeah, you pretty much can. So have you guys heard anything, or do you even care? Let me know in the comments, what your theory is, what you think about it. Yeah, it's just a little crazy. Okay, so now I'm going to be using this. It's by Ferrera. I don't know how to say it, but I love these little pot liners. And this one is the purple one. It's super pretty. So I think I'm just going to use the brush that it comes with. And yeah, this is really nice. It's super long wearing, easy to work with. And yeah, I really been enjoying these liners. I actually have a brown one. I picked up a green one, a blue one. Yeah, it just glides right across the eye. And like I said, even when my eyes water, this one stays on the longest. So that's why I've been loving and this. And as you can see how easy it is to work with if you don't have all your hair that's in the tape here. I swear I am just the biggest mess anymore. So yeah, that's what I kind of wanted to talk about, those two stories there, for sure. And then I also wanted to touch base on the possible TikTok ban. What in the world is going on there? I just don't understand. No, I do. I'm lying. I I understand why they want to get rid of TikTok. Honestly, I don't think it has anything to do with the privacy thing. I mean, they're going to find out, if people are spying on us a lot more through than other than TikTok. I mean, what are they spying on? Me doing my makeup, people doing dances. I mean, come on. I don't understand that whole thing. Their reasoning is just ridiculous. Be honest, it's because you're not making money on it. Another reason I think is because it's not dividing up the country. A lot of people, that app, you're able to pretty much, talk about what you want. If you don't like what you're hearing, you just kind of keep scrolling through. Yeah, so people are able to, talk about what they want about there. People are finding out information a lot quicker. And I mean, you got to be careful what you listen to and believe. There's all these, conspiracy theories. Maybe that's it over there, and they just feel like it's, I don't know, poisoning our minds. I don't know what it is, but I think it's a lot more than what they're saying. And the more silly thing about all that is everybody on TikTok is going to end up over here, or they're going to end up on Reels. I mean, it's not like it's not. They have nowhere else to go. I mean, so that's why I feel like it's more a money thing, and not a privacy thing. What do you think about all of that too? I mean, honestly, I really don't care because I am not a huge fan of TikTok. I'm hardly on there anymore. I'm just trying to get off some of the oils. I forgot my little blotting sheets. Yeah, I'm not, over there as much anymore. I rarely post over there. Just sometimes if I have a product that I do have to post or talk about that they had sent me because I am over on TikTok. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just find it not as entertaining anymore. I would prefer, like I said, be here and watch my YouTube videos. Okay, so I got another tester now. I'm really nervous through Ultra Beauty here, and this is called a Poreless Face Primer. So let's give this a whirl. Okay, it has an interesting little applicator here. I'm hoping this is really what it is, and I'm just going. Ooh, okay. It's almost like a silicone, but I do have other products very similar to this feeling. So hopefully it's going to be like that and not just pure oil. Okay, I am not having the best look because this feels pretty oily. I don't see it really concealing my pores very well. Maybe when I get my makeup on, I will be able to tell a little bit more, but as of right now, I'm not seeing a huge difference. Okay, and what I was thinking too when I was upstairs, I'm like, I really want something that's going to really lock in my makeup around my nose because that's usually where it fades off the most, there in my chin. So I thought I'm going to try this. I'm going to try my Milk, and this is the Hydro Grip Set and Refresh Spray. So I'm just going to take this and place a little bit on a sponge here. And then I think I'm just going to lightly tap through the T-zone and just see if it will really grip my makeup and make it, stay a little longer. And I know a lot of you are probably going, well, why don't you just use the e.l.f. gripping primer? And honestly, I don't like it. It just does not work around my T-zone at all. But this one, I sprayed the back of my hand earlier and it had like a little tack to it. So I'm just going to see if that does help. So let's just check that out. Okay, and then I brought down two foundations because I don't know. I have this one by Wet n Wild. It's their Photo Focus Stick Foundation, and I actually just purchased another one. I got this on Amazon, and I got mine in the shade a soft beige. And the reason why I did this is because I've been hearing a lot. This is kind of making a comeback around TikTok, and I don't know. I want to give it a try again because I think I decluttered it. And then I thought I would do a side by side with my Cover FX because I don't know. I just remember this one, how it feels. And this one, I just, from my memory, I feel like it could be, very similar. So I thought we would do a side by side and hopefully the shades aren't too off. So let's go in with the Wet n Wild Stick Foundation. And I'm just going to place a little bit on this side and hopefully the shade is okay. And I don't think you need a lot of that. So let's try this. Yeah, they were talking about it over on TikTok saying how wonderful this is. And I honestly don't know why I decluttered my other one. I'm going to think it was a color issue or shade issue. So let's see what this does. Okay, that is really pretty. Wow. Yeah, that looks really nice on my skin. It's not going into the pores, so it could be from that pore filler. I don't think so. Well, maybe. Um, yeah, it's not my favorite pore filler, but I will tell you that the foundation isn't like seeping into that. It doesn't look chalky. It looks just very smooth and natural, very skin-like. So, yeah, I really do like that. So let's compare it with the Cover FX. So I'm just going to place a little bit on my brush because I forgot to bring down my little spatula because I do like applying it better that way by taking it out of the packaging here and then just placing it on my skin and then blending it out. I just felt like I had more of a control of the product that way. Okay, let's see what side I like better. Um, wow. Okay, if you want to dupe to this one as of right now on application, I honestly cannot tell a difference. To tell you the truth, I'm going to be honest. I almost like this better than Wet n Wild. I don't know. It just looks a little creamier. This one I'm seeing a little bit more. Oh, I don't know. Now that I added more product. And like I said, I do like applying this product more, scraping it out of the packaging itself and then blending it out, after I apply it on my skin. So, again, that could be the reason. But honestly, they are almost identical. I mean, wow. Wow, that is what a interesting dupe that I just ran across there. It was just something about the textures. I could remember them both in my head. And I'm like, I'm just going to do a side by side and see what happens. And I'm so glad I did. Folks, everybody, this is the dupe here. This is the dupe. Okay, so now for my concealer. What I brought down, oh my goodness, is bear with me. This one is hit and miss. Sometimes it works on my skin and sometimes it does not. So what I'm going to do, what I've been doing lately is just placing a little bit of my concealer on the back of my hand. And then I just go in with my brush. And as you can see, I'm just kind of warming it up and really pushing it in the bristles. And let's see how this goes on my under eyes today and see if it's a day that I like it or a day that I do not. Yeah, do you guys have the same problem with this product, or is it just me? I have super dry under eyes, so that could be, but let's see what it does today. Okay, for bronzer, I'm going to be using this here by Hard Candy. They actually sent this over to me. It's just called Face Off, and this is in the shade Sweet Tea. So it does have like a little applicator here, a doe foot applicator. So it looks like that. So I'm just going to place a little bit on, and I've already tried this. It's a really nice formula. It blends out super fast, and it's a pretty decent shade. It does lean just slightly warm, but it's not too warm. So it's definitely not orange. Yeah, it's just a really nice, different shade actually. Okay, so let me show you how quickly this blends out. And it's not drying, it has almost like a little glow in it, not shimmer or anything like that, but just a slight glow, but not too much. So I really like this formula. It always amazes me what bronzer will do to your face. As you can see, I don't know, everything looks so different, even the face, how it, changes shape by just, putting the right amount and placement on your cheekbone. It just adds warmth and color to my face because I was looking a little ghostly there for a second. So yeah, bronzer always just amazes me how different, especially when I'm editing and I go back and edit my videos. I'm like, oh my gosh, that is crazy how my face just completely transformed by using just bronzer. So actually, I'm just going to place a little bit more right here on the forehead on this side. And then what I'm going to do is just place a little bit on my fingers like this and really warm the two fingers up here and just place that right down my nose. Again, I sound like a broken record, but I've seen this over on TikTok and it's just the perfect placement. So now I'm just placing my little finger right here, and that is where you're supposed to put it, on the tip of your nose. So I've been doing that lately and it, works like a charm. So look at the difference with the bronzer. Okay, and then let's see, what else did I bring down? I'm going to use this for my blush, and this is by LYS, and this is in the shade Higher Standard, and I love this shade because it's just very universal. I think this goes with a lot of different looks, and I have to use the same brush as my bronzer here because I forgot it looks like my cream blush brush. So uh, clean blush brush. I had to think about that for a second. Okay, so that is the blush here. I almost feel like I need a little bit more. So I don't know. I feel like a blush that just fades the fastest. So always go a little bit heavy with your blush because that just fades throughout the day. Okay, so for powder, I'm debating if I do want to set this, and I don't feel like you have to because it's not a tacky whatsoever. I just find when I do use a setting powder that it does last a little longer. So what I think I'm gonna do, just a light dusting throughout the face, and what I'm going to use here is my one by Moira. So that's what it looks like. It's super finely milled, and usually I just poke a few holes in there just to make it not so messy. And I'm just going to place that in my BK 104 brush and really just press that in the bristles. So what do you guys think about everything I talked about today? Especially about the Kate Middleton and TikTok. And if you know of any other things that you want to talk about, I would love to hear what you've been hearing. Yeah, like I mentioned, I don't watch a lot of news. I get a lot of my information through social media, and I think a lot of people do anymore. I think that's where we're heading. The news is just really depressing. And like I mentioned, here or TikTok or anywhere, if it's something you don't want to listen to, you can just scroll really quickly. So that's what I love about social media. It can be dangerous too. One of my girlfriends, she made a great point. It's the devil's playground. A lot of things do happen over here, but there's a lot of informative things and just really neat things and uplifting things that I do see. I love the watching the animal videos, the dancing, the singing. So yeah. Anyway, okay, and then to set my face, what I brought down is this one. I could go either way. I could use my milk one here, and this one does have like a hydrating ingredient in here, or I can use my Charlotte Tilbury, and I think this one's pretty hydrating too. So I can't decide which one I want to use. I think I'll use my Charlotte Tilbury. I haven't used that in a very long time. And I am definitely not shy with my setting sprays. I think they are amazing. I think they do such a wonder with your makeup lasting a very long time. And you know what else it does? And you know what else it does is it kind of smooths down the powder. If somewhere is looking really powdery, cakey, it just really kind of melts that into the skin. Okay, for mascara, I actually brought this back down. It's by City Beauty Beyond Mascara. When I first tried this out, I was like, it's okay. I felt like I think it did a nice job on my lashes, but I didn't like how it removed. Well, since I've had this open for a few times, I've used it and it kind of just flicks away now. So I don't know if I, went in too quickly and tried to remove it, but I waited a good 5 minutes, but I don't know. The more it's been open, the longer it's been open, I like it a lot better. Okay, a couple tips on mascara application. If you find like you make a huge mess like I do normally, this shadow shield is amazing for that. But lately I've been doing this as well, so I don't have to use this all the time. So I'm just going to place a generous amount on my brush here. And what I've been doing is just looking down in my mirror and just kind of blinking. I'm just finding like I'm not getting a lot of transfer. What I was doing before is almost tilting my head back and looking down, but I'm finding if I look straight down just like this, I don't get as much of a mess. and I can coat my lashes just a little better that way. But this is great too because I can almost like just drag it from base to tip. The only thing that I do find is I can waste a little bit of the mascara by doing that, but yeah, just a little couple tips there because I struggle so much with my mascara. Okay, so that's 2 coats. As you can see, the nice job that mascara does, and you can see that I still make a mess. You know, it just never fails, but it's a lot better than it used to be. And I forgot my spoolie, so I'm just going to use the one here on my brow pencil. But I did want to share with you how easy it is to flick away now. So I don't know what that was about that day. Yeah, it just flicks right away. You definitely want to wait until it's completely dry for sure. But yeah, I mean, I do have other mascaras that flick away just a little easier, but it's definitely not like smearing all over the place like it did that one day. So this is definitely a mascara that does, you know, get a lot better over time. Okay, let's go back into the palette and finish this eye look. And I think what I'm going to do is go into the black shade here. And I think I'm just going to place that very lightly on the outer corner here. And just take this little flat brush. I do see Danielle Kirsty use this type of brush. And I'm like, oh, that is brilliant. So it's just a little flat brush. And it just really keeps it really close to the lash line without creating a huge mess. So, and she just stamps it along her lower lash line. Yeah, as you can see, it just works like a charm. I knew that was going to happen. I'm dropping everything. And then I'm just going to go into, trying to decide with this look. Let's go in with this beautiful shade here. And I'm just going to place that on a pointy pencil brush here. And I am just going to blend that all along the lower lash line. And then I'm going to take this beautiful lavender shade and place that on a little bigger of a pencil brush. And I just want to do something a little different here and place that on the inner corner. Instead of it being super bright, I just kind of want that a little subtle and a little pop of that lavender. Yeah, that looks really pretty. Okay, and then for lipstick, what I brought down, this lip liner from Hard Candy. This is in the shade Boyfriend now. These are really cool. So on one end, there is a retractable liner, and then the other end is like a little brush. So how nice is that? And from what I remember with this formula, it's super creamy. So yeah, that is really creamy. Very easy to work with. And what's nice about this is like this brush here, you can just really blend it in now. Yeah, super easy to work with. And then for lipstick, I brought my Revie Beauty one down, and this is in the shade Lily. So it looks like this. I love her lipsticks. They are so comfortable. Has a great amount of pigment in it. What's nice about hers is you can just apply a light layer and it'll just be very sheer. And if you just use more, the more you use, the more bold it becomes. And I'm just going to go a little bold today. And then I'm going to take my little brush here and just blend the two together. Okay, so this is the final look here. Again, I love that palette. Unfortunately, I did not like that primer. So the eyeshadow is going to look a little different than it normally would. You know, it has that shimmer behind it, but it looks okay. I definitely would go in public. It's not like horrible, but yeah, I will never use that primer again. What a little find this was. The Wet n Wild and this Cover FX. I mean, honestly, at this point, you cannot tell a difference. Let me come close so you guys can take a look and see if you can tell a difference. I honestly cannot. They look so similar. They feel the same on application. Like I said, I just can't even believe that I ran into this little dupe here. I mean, it's unbelievable. So what I think I'm going to do is at the end of the night, I'm going to move aside just in case it happens. Don't, don't hold me to it. But I think I'm gonna, do a little video at the end of the night. I'll place that here. I'm not gonna make this video super long, so that's why I'm gonna just place it here, and we'll see if how it held up, how the two held up, if one held up, better than the other. Yeah, we'll just see the difference. But as of right now, I honestly cannot tell a difference. All right, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, if you please do me a huge favor and hit that like button. It truly does help my channel. Again, if you'd also do me a huge favor and wish my mother a happy birthday, I would truly appreciate it. It means everything to me. All right, you guys, I can't wait to see you again. I love you so much. And until next time.